Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, I'm saying it now.
Yes,
Krista,
perfectly.
that was perfect, perfect. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right. So, like I said earlier, I'm funded with funded next. This was the first ever certificate I got from them back in 2022 when I began my journey into the prop space. Just like many of us, I heard about prop FTMO at that time, what they were doing, how they were funding traders, with large capital, and I was interested. And I signed up. I had a lot of failures. I can keep you guys now for the next 50, 60 minutes talking about prop failures. I will not do that. So this was the first certificate. Let me see. Then this was the next one. This was the next certificate I got with them. This was when they had not started doing this barcode thing that they began recently. And I really like the fact that they began doing that because people can actually Photoshop all these things. But what you can't Photoshop is this. Can, can we all see this?
Yeah, I can.
All right, perfect, perfect, perfect. This is an authentic certification from Next. This is my most recent certificate I have with them. So this is just giving you a background of who I am and where I'll be speaking from this evening, and also giving you reasons why you should listen to whatever I have to say. And as far as withdrawals go, I've had a couple of withdrawals with Funded Next, but so far this has been my biggest single payout with them, of which I'm grateful to God for the opportunity. So starting and moving forward, I'll be speaking about the prop opportunity. The prop opportunity. First off, I'd like to believe that everybody in this class right now, I'd like to believe everybody in this class right now knows about prop firms, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
All right, perfect, perfect. So everybody knows about prop firms. So there's no need for me this night to start, talking about what a prop firm is and what is not. We're all familiar with the concept of prop firms. So what I would proceed to speak about this evening is prop challenges. Basically, we all know that to get a prop firm live account, you need to pass the challenge. And for most of us, and also for me too, that's the the major issue holding us back from scaling our funding journey, right? Can we all hear me?
So I didn't get the last thing you said.
Okay. I said I'll be speaking about prop challenges, meaning like prop evaluation challenges, because I do understand that that's the major thing holding back most of us from increasing our funding or even getting funded in the first place. The fact that you have to pass that challenge, where they tell you to meet either 10% or 5% or 8 or 6 as the case may be, right?
Yeah, that's true.
All right, that's it. So I'll speak about prop challenges and I'll also speak about trading a live prop firm account. And that will be the most important thing I'll speak about. And then we'll round it all up by talking about this last slide. Now, this is the most important slide I'll talk about, or we won't start here. All right, so prop challenge. I like to believe that everybody already in this meeting is a trader. You have your strategy. You have what you trade into the market. You have your trading style. I believe I'm not talking to absolute novices. So you have some idea of trading. You know what trading is. If
Yeah.
we're to give you an account, you can pick
Yes, we
trade.
do. We do,
You know
we
your
do,
way
sir.
around. Perfect, perfect, perfect. That will give me the liberty to really get to what I really want to talk about this night, which is challenge. Now, talking about challenges, I'm not even going to try to say, okay, let me teach you, let me teach you this 99% win rate strategy with which you can use to pass problems in 5 minutes, pass code phase one and phase two, highest 10 minutes, and that will be all. No, 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 no. We should all know by at this point in trading, we should all know that even such does not exist. Such does not exist. If anybody tells you it exists, the person is selling you something. And whatever the person is trying to sell you, I don't think you should buy. But moving on, what I would like to talk to you guys about on the topic of challenges is how to navigate your way around them. Let me tell you the first thing. The first thing I will tell you is that you're not feeling challenges. You're not feeling challenges because you don't know how to trade. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, okay.
You're not feeling challenges because you do not know how to trade. Remove that concept from your mind. You're not feeling challenges because you do not know how to trade. Most times, more often than not, you're feeling challenges because you don't have a system. Everybody just focuses once you get into forex, you want to learn a strategy, you want to learn how to trade, you want to learn this. But at the core of everything you're doing, you're forgetting that what you're doing is you're running a business. Forex trading is not a hobby, it's a business. And it should be treated as such. And every good business, every viable business that looks to, that looks to be profitable in the future has to have a structure. Are we together?
Yeah.
Has to have a system. But it's only in forex. It is only in forex that my fellow traders, as they enter the forex, what they want to do is, as I take this challenge, oh blessed God, God of mercy and grace, let me win this challenge. I win the phase one, I win the phase two, I enter the live, and I start making money, and God has buttered my bread. Happily ever after. That's the forex traders fairy tale story. But we forget that what we are doing is a business. It's a business. Yes, you're on your phone or you're on your laptop at the convenience of your home, or maybe you have an office that you go to trade. But let's not ever allow that convenience to distract us from the fact that, gentlemen, we are actually operating a business, and we should have a business approach so that we can make the most of what we are doing. Because let me say one thing: I do not plan to trade forever. I do not plan to be trading for the rest of my life. Forex trading is a field. I don't think everybody on this call now will be probably trading, for the duration of their days. I want to talk to you guys about how we can make this particular time that we are spending in Forex very, very effective, very functional. So it's not something that, 10 years down the line, you just look back and see, oh, there's this Forex thing I used to do before with other blocks, fair value gaps and all that and all that and all that. No, but nothing could come out, nothing come out. So I left it. They're going to handle some very special concepts this evening that will enable us to make the best of this top, top opportunity and also this time that we are investing into trading. Because believe it or not, um, if your family knows you trade, they are expecting you to, they're expecting you to bring out something from that trading. If you go and tell them, I've been trading for 3 years, and there's no evidence. As far as they are concerned, you'll be wasting your time. Are we together?
Mhm.
All right. So let's get into some things. System, a system. Now, before you ever think of getting to buy a challenge, a top challenge, there are things you should have done. There are prerequisites. There are things you should have handled. How many of you knows anybody here that any successful businessman that just wakes up one day, gets into a business, he has done no research about the markets, he does not know who his target audience is, he has no clue about advertisements, he's lost on marketing, he literally knows nothing, but he just gets up one day and says, "Omo, you know what? I want to start oil and gas business," and he enters and he's successful. Does anybody know a story like that?
No.
Thank you very much. It's literally impossible for anybody to enter a business that you know nothing about. You have made no research. You have done no background work to enter a business like that and succeed. That's a confirmed impossibility. So, what are the things that we need to put? What are the ground? What are the ground? The foundational things we need to put in place before we make that investment of getting a challenge. Because listen to me. Getting a challenge is an investment. It is. It's an investment because you're bringing out money from your wallet and you're saying, "I want to invest this money to get an account that I can possibly make amount of money and whatnot." So it's an investment. Always look at it as an investment. Don't think what you're doing like it was the same thing as somebody that's loading his Bet Nigeria account. No. That's not what you're doing. You're a businessman. So you're thinking like a businessman and you're thinking this is an investment. I'm putting up this money in order to make money. I'm not giving this money to the problem as that. It's not a giveaway. I like to believe that nobody here wants to be giving problem their money as giveaway. Are we together?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So what are these foundational things you should handle before ever thinking of making that investment of getting a top franchise? And that's the first thing we'll be looking at. Can we all see my screen? We'll be going down this list of 5 things you should have in place solidly before you ever venture to make that investment of getting a top account. Now, the first thing we are going to handle. Now, this is a cheat code. Normally, if you know me, prior to this point, you've probably never heard that I've organized a class or I've done the mentorship program or I did a Zoom call or anything because those. I stopped doing this a long time ago. Let me tell you the kind of person I am. I'm not someone that believes everybody in life should succeed. You can dislike me for it, but I, I'm going to tell you facts. There's no such thing as public success. There's no such thing as corporate success. Everybody is succeeding. It doesn't work like that. In life, you're always going to be failures and you're going to be winners, losers and winners. That's how the balance is maintained. I usually don't share any of these things I'm about to talk about because these were very vital for me achieving a small level of success I've seen in the prop space. I'm a firm believer in protecting my secrets, but because of my boss has asked me to speak, I'll definitely not hold anything back because that's somebody I respect a lot, the person of Lionfx. So this is the only reason I'm letting you guys in on this. Are we on the same page? Let's move on. The first thing on this list is an application or a website or software, whatever you call it, that's fine. If you'd like to take notes, this is the point where you want to start. If you also trust your mind, go ahead. Like I said, I'm a firm believer in fact that not everybody should succeed. So do whatever you feel is necessary to ensure your success and make sure you extract the best value from things I'm about to say. The first one on the list is Trader Edge. Does anybody here know? Has anybody here heard of Trader Edge? If you have, please just unmute your mic and speak up. All right, perfect. So nobody here knows about. Nobody here knows about Trader Edge. So I'll give you an insight into what Trader Edge is. Now, Trader Edge is an application, application that helps you to document your strategy. You only go to Trader Edge when you have a strategy, meaning you've correctly learned, spend time in learning the forex strategy. So you're going to Trader Edge. What Trader Edge does is that it gives you the metrics of your strategy. It tells you things about your strategy that lets you know that you are ready for prop firm, that lets you know that you are ready to make the investment of starting the challenge. Trader Edge yeah, is an application. So let me take you guys into it. All right. So now this is not my personal Trader Edge because I'm I'm not going to share that because that's very private material. But I just have this screenshot here to give you guys a feel of what Trader Edge looks like and what it does. What Trader Edge is going to help you do is to take a critical look at your strategy and tell you, okay, this is what your strategy looks like on a P&L basis, on a profit and loss basis. It gives you the metrics of what you're doing. So when you're entering into the business, you're entering into the business with proper knowledge of what you're trading with. Because one thing that I see that makes traders feel challenges a lot is they are trading what they don't know. So obviously they have some knowledge about it, but they don't have sufficient knowledge. And what Trader Edge is here to do, Trader Edge is here to fill in that gap and give you enough knowledge so you know how to fashion a system for you to pass your top challenge and also for you to start trading your prop account, your live prop account when eventually it comes. So let's dive in. So how it works is simple. How it works is very simple. Once you get into Trader Edge, you're gonna see a place where they call backtesting strategy. So let me see if I can get a screenshot of that. Aha, perfect. Once you get into the website is just go on Google and type Trader Edge. It's gonna spit out that website at you. So you're gonna create an account. And once you create an account, this is what you should be looking at. This is what the homepage looks like. This is what it looks like. Sorry about that. So what we are interested in is this tool called the backtester. I believe everybody here, there's nobody here that's a novice to what backtesting is, right?
Yeah, we know
Oh,
what
I know
broadcasting
that.
is.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now this tool is going to help your backtesting be a lot more fruitful. Now what you're going to do is once you have data you've backtested, but let me go back to something. Once you have data you've backtested for a sufficient amount of time, I suggest 6 months, as you can see, 6 months of chart data. At least once you have at least 6 months of chart data you've backtested, meaning you have gone back in your market, wherever market you're trading USD, you've gone back 6 months to analyze your strategy, to see all the entries you would have had, to see all the trades that were possible for your strategy and how they played out. When you have that data of 6 months and a minimum of 100 trades, a minimum of 100 trades, a minimum of 100 trades, please pay very keen attention. These things are very vital. So you're going to want to aim for 6 months of chart data and a minimum of 100 trades, meaning wherever you are, from wherever you are, you're going to want to go back like 6 months or longer if need be, and do your back testing minimum of 100 trades. Now, once you have this chart data, once you have this data of wins and losses, okay, which trade was a win, which trade was a loss, which trade was break even, as your strategy dictates. Now, what you're going to want to do is get back into this app. Let's not forget the name, Trader Edge. You're going to want to get back into this app and feed the data into the back tester. Now, obviously, I cannot open this app right now. I cannot open this app right now because immediately I open it, what's going to be there is my personal information. So I cannot open it right now. But I'm going to put the ball in your court. I've given you the name of the app. Now it's now left for you to use the tools that you have. Google, YouTube, go back and learn how to use this app. But now I've pointed you in the right direction. This is the direction of success. If you go and watch most FTMO trader, interviews, the funded trader interviews, you go and check the guys that have been the most consistent. They will all mention this app. They probably will not tell you how to use it in depth because people hold their, their secrets. So I'm giving you this thing now, FOC. So go back, check this app, Trader Edge, check how to use it. Now, what you're going to want to do is feed your data, that your 6 months of data, that your 100 trades. You want to feed that data into this app. Now, once you're done with that, now this is where the magic happens, and this is the vital information that we need. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, perfect. Now, when you feed your data into this app, let me give you an outlook of what the app is going to give you, of what this software is going to do for you. It's going to give you a win rate. You can all see my screen, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Win rate. The win rate is basically out of those 100 trades, how many times did you win? How many times did you hit stick? How many times did your trade run to completion? It's gonna give you a win rate. It's gonna give you a total P and L, meaning at the end of 100 trades, how many percent or how much were you able to win, or how much did you lose, depending on if you have a good strategy or not. It's gonna give you okay. The total number of trades should be 100 at this point if you're doing what I said right. It's gonna give you wins and losses. It's gonna tell you how many wins, how many losses. Now let's get into the important stuff. Now, one of the most important, and please let's listen very carefully. One of the most important things is going to give to you is that it's going to give you your number of consecutive wins and your number of consecutive losses. Now we are entering the important stuff, very serious stuff. It's going to give you your number. It's going to give you the number of consecutive wins you had and the number of consecutive losses. Now, in a while, I'll tell you why that is very important. And lastly, it's going to give you other things. These things I'm saying, this is not the only info it's going to give you. In fact, you're going to have a chart, your P&L chart, showing you the growth of your your equity based on your strategy. But that's not even where we are going. It's not important. What is the most important thing? The most important thing is it's going to give you. It's going to give you your max consecutive wins, your max consecutive losses, and now drum roll. But the most important thing is it's gonna give you your max drawdown, max consecutive wins, max consecutive losses, max drawdown. Max drawdown is by far the most important. Now, why do we need all these things? Why do we need all these things? Because when you're designing a system, you design your risk management according to what your historical max drawdown is. Now, let's say I did this whole back, I did this whole process using a 1% risk, meaning when I was feeding, my data into the app, I set it to, risk 1% per trade, 1% per trade. If it comes and it shows me that my max drawdown, that is the lowest my equity ever went to. If it shows me that that max drawdown is, let's say, minus 10%, minus 10%, I know something. I now know that in trading my challenge or in trading my live account, I cannot use what? A 1% risk. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
Perfect. Now you get this knowledge now. Once you know what your max drawdown is, you know how much you can afford to risk per trade. You're not risking per trade based on somebody somewhere said let's just risk 1%. Now all these things I'm showing you, all these things I'm showing you guys, trust me, Lion knows me in person. He knows my personality. He knows me. Normally I will not share these things under any circumstance because only God and my close friends know the pain I've been through. In talk, only them, for the only ones that can, tell the pain I've been through to discover these things and the failures it took to get to this formula for success. So please do not allow the fact that this knowledge is coming free of charge to make you place no value on it because that will be to your detriment. Take everything that is being said in this meeting and apply them religiously. Religiously. Let it be that you applied it and you see results, and here you cannot see, I did what that guy said, that's the definite said, and I didn't see shit. So that guy was lying, that guy was lying. When you have done that and you didn't see any results, feel free to enter my DM and insult me. But just make sure you apply it, make sure you do it. Because this industry that we are in is not for the talkers. No, 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 no. It's not for the influencers. No, it's for the doers, it's for the people that are ready to take action, for the people that are ready to put in the work. Because in Forex, you don't get paid for the work you pretend to put in. The market knows who's actually putting in the work and who is pretending to do so. And on the payouts, it always shows. It always shows. So please make sure you're a doer and not just a hearer. Perfect. So let's get back into it. Last thing I said was about max drawdown. When you have fed your data, your back tested data of 6 months and 100 trades into Trader Edge, it's going to spit out this very important piece of information called your maximum drawdown, aka max drawdown. This is very important because with this max drawdown, we are able to find out how much you can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, thank you very much for that feedback, Mr. Dexter. All right, so moving on, max drawdown. Like I said, max drawdown is gonna help you figure out how much you should really risk per trade, how many percent you should risk per trade. If I have a max drawdown of 7%, why risking 1% per trade? That tells me what? That tells me yes, I can actually risk 1% per trade on my live challenge or my live top accounts. Because historically my max drawdown is showing that it never gets to 10. And we all know that 10, in most cases, in every case actually, is where the top firms draw the line. So that's what Max Jordan enables you to be able to do. Now, your max consecutive wins and your max consecutive losses. There's more that this knowledge enables you to do, but I will not share that one. If anybody here actually goes and does these things I'm saying, in doing it, you will find out what your maximum consecutive wins and your maximum consecutive losses, what this information help you to do. So I will leave that as a mystery for the doers. So let's move on. Okay, let's move on. So far we've said what? Trader edge. Check. 6 months of chart data. Check. Minimum of 100 trades. No more, no less. In fact, you can have more. Sir. Let me just say no more, no less. Because me personally, if I show you where I did my backtesting, I have over 456 trades there. I can't show you because it's not online. It's not on my phone. It's manual, like with a bio and a book. 456 trades documented. So you know it's not charts. About 2 years of charts data. 2 years, not even 6 months. I'm giving you 6 months, but I did 2 years. But I believe that 6 months should be enough. But the more data you have, the better for you. There's no such thing as too much information. Perfect. So let's move on. Now, when you have been able to conquer these three first loads, meaning trader edge is down, you have gotten 6 months of charts data, minimum of 100 trades, you have fed all this information into trader edge. Trader edge has given you these metrics, so you know what your maximum drawdown is, you know what your consecutive wins, consecutive loss. Now you now know how much you should risk per trade. What's the next step? The next step is not going to go and open a challenge. No, no, no. That's still not the next step. That is still not the next step. The next step will be 3 months forward, 3 months of forward. Hello? Can you all hear me? I think my line is good.
Yeah, I can see you.
Alright, these first 3 points. The next step is to have forward testing for at least 3 months. What does that mean? That means open a paper saving account, open a demo account, or go to XMO, open a free trial account. Although the XMO free trial account will not stay there for 3 months. So possibly open a demo account. What you're going to do, you have a system of risk. You know how much is the risk per trade. You know what your historical max drawdown is. Apply all these things and start trading them live. But not on a challenge, no, on a demo account first. I said 3 months here, but you can do 2 months. 2 months is also acceptable. But the longer the better. What this is going to help you to do, this is going to help you to get acclimatized. This is going to help you to get familiar with trading this strategy. This is going to help you to get familiar with trading with that account size that you want to go and buy challenge. If you want to go and buy a 100k challenge, open a 100k demo and start trading. You're going to get used to what the lot sizes look like, what the losses look like, what the wins look like. Are we all together? Do you all understand it? Guys, are we together?
Yeah, we understand.
Yes. Well,
Okay, so any questions so far before I move forward? Do you have any questions so far?
No, keep going. No question.
Boss,
All right, okay, there's a question. Okay, I'm listening.
yes, I don't know if the Trader Edge, I believe it's an app on the Play Store,
No, it's not. It's a website.
a
You just
website.
click
Okay.
on
But I'm trying to sign in that I'm trying to sign into the website. They're saying I'm limited. Stuff like something like that.
All right, what you're gonna want to do is go to your Chrome, Google,
Yeah.
Google it, Trader Edge. The website is going to come out. The first thing you want to do is create an account with them.
Okay.
When you create an account with them, in fact, I'll complete this answer at the end of the class. At the end of
Okay.
the class, I'll show you guys because one thing you should know about Trader Edge is that Trader Edge is not free. It's not free.
Okay.
About I think dollars per month. But if you, but for those that stay till the end of this class, I'm gonna show you how to get Trader Edge for free.
Okay.
For free.
All right, boss.
I've never paid for it. I've never paid for it. So let's move on. And to any other person that has a question, just make sure you keep your question in your mind for the next time that the allowance for questions will be given. So let's move forward. So now, fast forward, we have gotten our Trader Edge information. We have our 6 months of data. We have our minimum of 100 trees. We have done our 3 months of forward testing. What's next? We are ready for our first challenge. Drum roll. We are finally ready for our first challenge. Now, having gotten this information about the business you want to do, you can now bring out your money. You can bring out your money and go and buy a challenge. I do not advise this. I do not advise this. This is not financial advice. But trust me, there's no sensible investor that will look at your data for 6 months of back testing, look at your 3 months of paper trading, look at your metrics, look at the discipline that you have shown. Most investors I know will be able to just sacrifice the 100 USD, 200 USD to give you. I see, you know what, do this, let's see how it goes. All right. But this is not financial advice, so please don't go and do it. And that's it, I'm the one that said it. So moving forward, you cannot get your first challenge. Now, in getting your first challenge, I always advise go with a challenge that is small enough for you to buy it at least 3 times. Let's say you want a 5K challenge. 5K challenge, last I checked, was about $40. If you don't have at least $150 to invest in getting a challenge, don't do it. Now, why do I say so? I say so because my first challenge I ever did, my first challenge, the first ever challenge I did. Now, this is the certificate. Where is the certificate? Where is that guy? This is it. But trust me, it was hell. It was hell because I spent money that I was not prepared to lose. I spent money I was not prepared to lose. So I was under so much pressure to make sure this thing works. But I'm gonna allow you guys to learn from my experience. Do not do that. Always go with a challenge you can afford to buy at least 3 times. This is gonna reduce the pressure for you. And you're gonna reduce the pressure so much. There's gonna be so much less pressure. So you can calm down and do exactly what you'll be doing on the demo account. Just do the same thing. Trust me, that will be one of the easy. If you follow this process, not for those that will jump into, if you follow this process, it's gonna be one of the easiest things for you to do. Easiest thing for you to do. Trading is not hard. There's no business in this world that is inherently risky. Warren Buffett says something that is risky for people that do not have information. It's risky for people that do not have sufficient information. Now I'm teaching you how to get sufficient information, and this is the process. So I think at this point, we have been able to conquer these 5 points: trader edge, 6 months data, 100 trades minimum, forward to testing for 3 months, your first challenge. So now we are done with the challenge side. We are done with the challenge side. And God on your side, you've passed this, and now you've finally gotten your funded account. Hooray. Is this the point where, you should just be happy, go out, buy wine, pop pop champagne and sit back and relax because all your dreams are now about to come true and you're about to make so much money, thousands of dollars. Ah, nothing could be farther from the truth. Not at all. This is not the time to relax at all. Because let me show you something that's going to disturb you. Let me show you some metrics. Let me show you some statistics that's going to disturb you. Now I got this particular stat from someone I look up to in the cross space, Paladin. You can go check him out later. He's gonna give you more advice, more proper advice like this for free. Alright, now let's read this together. Don't mute your mic, just read it in your own space. Out of all the people who got their funded accounts, 70% of them, 70% of them fail within the first 2 weeks. What does that mean? That means after all this struggling you've done over here, after all this struggling you've done to get funded, now you finally got it funded, but only 70 people, only 70%, sorry, only 30% of people who get funded accounts actually go on to make payouts. Why is that so? Why is it that you've had the skill, discipline to pass a challenge, but now you've entered life? A life problem is not a foreign concept. It's not an alien. It's the same entity. It's the same thing you've been seeing since. But why is it that 70% of people fail them? And I will teach you how to navigate this so that you don't find yourself in the 70%. Instead, you able to find yourself in the 30% of people who actually go out to make money with profit. Now, before I continue this, let me tell you something that something that looks good but is very bad. Can we all see this?
Yeah, we can see it.
Now, this looks good, right? This is about if you convert this to naira now, currently, this is about how much? This is going to dangerously close to 3 million naira, right?
Yeah.
But now this is not what you should be aiming for. At all, at all, at all, at all, at all. This is what failure looks like. In fact, this what you're seeing now, this is what failure looks like. Now let me break that down. I say this because first of all, this money was gotten from a 50K account. The account that produced this payout was 15,000. Meaning what you're seeing here is more than 20% profit. Are we together?
Yeah.
More than 20% profit. Now, question: do you think it's sustainable that you're doing any business in this world, not trading, any business, and every month you are making 20%? You're making 20% of what you invested every month. Does that sound normal?
At all, it doesn't. Even
Doesn't,
if
right? The only place where this thing is normal is for people that are ritualists.
you grant yourself,
It's only normal for ritualists. Please, we are traders. We are not ritualists. So please, I beg you, in the name of God. I know this looks very pretty. This looks very attractive, but let this not be your goal. Never aim for this. Never ever aim for this. In fact, your goal with foreign accounts should be to increase your capital, not your returns. Let's sit down and let that sink in for a while. Your goal with top firms with funded accounts should be to increase your capital, not your return. What does that mean? Stop trying to make 10%. Stop it. Stop it. Uncle, stop it. Auntie, stop it. Brother, stop it. That is what is making, that's what makes 70% of people, this thing you're seeing here, this 70%, that thing that they were trying to do. They were trying to make 10% in a month. They were trying to make 6, 7, 8. And that's how they lost their sweat. All the work you've put in. How many months? Just look at all the work you've put in. But now you come to the life. God helps you now. You enter life, and you decide that you want to be a city boy and you want to make 20% because StreetFX made 20%. And let me give you guys a disclaimer. When I even made this 20%, I'd already had prior payouts from this account. What does that mean? The money I used to pay for this account, they have already paid me back. I've already gotten one small withdrawal. I was risking this account. I was risking the whole account in trying to make this. This is not something you should do. It's not something you should do. All right. Now that I hope I've been able to stress that point. Now let me tell you why your goal with funding accounts should be to increase your capital. Now let's do small math. Small math. All right. Let's go down and do small math. I believe you cannot see my screen, right?
Yeah, yeah, we can see.
Perfect. Let's say you have a 15K account. 15,000. And you're able to make now you now go and do what I did, right? And you not forget what that guy said. That guy does not know what he's talking about. I am the A in Dabuski of trading, and I will make that 20%. I am the A that does to hear word. This 10%, I will make this 10%. And God helps you that month, you make 10% of this 15K, which is what 1,500. 1,500. Now you risk this whole investment to make 1,500. Now let's say trader two. There's trader two. This is trader one. Trader two now takes my advice, and with the advice I've given him, he's able to scale his capital to a point where he's now having $500,000 of top funding. And now this trader two now is a calm guy and he hears word and he has the heart of wisdom. And now he's only targeting to make 2%, just 2%. Now, who can do the math for me? 2% of 500K.
And that's like 10K.
2% of 500K is what?
It should be 10K.
Thank you very much. Now, question. Who has made more money in this same 1 month? Who has made more money? Trader one or trader two? Who has made more money, please?
It's trader too, but is it possible to scale up from 15,000 to 500 in a month?
Now, thank you very much. That was the exact question I was anticipating. And that's what will lead us to this. The last thing we're going to talk about. Building an empire. But before we get to that, let's crucify this point properly. Now, we have established that trader two need more money. But question, who did more trading? Like, who traded more? Who traded more? Like, who did more work? Trader one or trader two?
It's probably one now.
Thank you very much. Now, trader one, after his whole sweat, after his stubbornness, his 1.5 that came out. But trader two sat back, relaxed, followed the process. Small trading, and what came out, that was like, thank you. Now, I want you guys to understand something very intrinsic in trading. If I would say this in plain English, then they know they give a cup for who trade pass. Probably like primary school where when end of the term they will come carry prize give you say you carry first. Nobody they carry first for trading. Now only you and your bank account. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Nobody carries first in this thing. You're not competing with anybody. Nobody is your competition. It's you versus you. It is you versus you. So don't have this mind that you want to make 10%, you want to make 20% to prove something to people. Don't try to prove anything to anybody. Trust me. At the point where you start making the big bucks, evidence go choke. So that's not something you should bother yourself with. All right. I think we have all seen, this point very clearly that it's not trading more. Trading more in forex in this forex industry, trading more does not lead to more profit. Less is more. Less is more. Let me tell you something. On my first account, I traded for 1 month straight. 1 month, every day, like every day. I was trading it every day. And at the end of 1 month plus, I was able to pass. I was able to pass phase one. On the last challenge I did, the one that gave me this certificate, what is it? This one. I failed for only 7 days. Now, does that mean I over leverage? No, I never over leverage. I never over risk. I never risked above 1% per trade. 1% per trade was my highest risk. But why did I pass so soon? Because I focused on high quality setups, A plus setups only, and that was how I was able to pass. Guys, in trading, less is more. Write that down. If you're writing, write that down. If you're just listening, recite it. Less is more. Say it to yourself. In trading, less is more. Thank you very much. So let's move on to the last segment, building an empire. Now, for the person that asked me, is it possible for you to scale up a 15K account to 500K? My answer to you is very possible. It's very possible. Very possible. Now, I'll show you how this works now. I'll show you how this works. This works by us obeying what is called the profit rule. The profit rule. Now, what does the profit rule state? You can read this for me. The profit rule states that during the funded stage, meaning when you have your funded top account, your goal is to make only 1%. Once you're up 1%, you stop trading, you wait for a payout. In the meantime, you can focus on other challenges and work on your other funded accounts. Now think about that. You're aiming for only what? 1%. On your top account, you're aiming for to make 1%. Meaning, let's do the math now. Meaning, if you have a 15K account, all you're trying to make is 1%. And someone should run the math for me. 1% of 15K, that's about 150 years,
150.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, the wisdom here is that mathematically you have way more likely chance of hitting that's 1%. No, think about it now. Even the youngest trader here has more chance of hitting 1% profit than hitting 10% loss. It's very hard, except your village people are really on your case. For that you just at the end that you just start losing until you lose 10% straight and you never made a one. It's easier to make one than lose 10. That's right. Alright. Now let's work together now. Now you've made 1%, right? The last I paid for the 15K challenge was about how much was that in my account? That was about 110 years. That was about 110 USD. Now have something in mind. When you get paid out this your 1% of 150 USD, they also pay you what? They will also pay you the 110 USD you used to buy the account. Don't forget that. Meaning now you have a payout of 150. The investment of 110 USD has yielded 150 USD now. Now you can choose to reinvest. Listen, you can choose to reinvest this capital if you have let's do the math. That would be 260 USD. Now 260 USD last I checked, this should be able to get you what? A 25k account. That should be able to get you a 25k account, of which we will still obey what the 1% rule. Meaning on that 25k account, all we are looking to make is what? 250 USD. Once we have made that, we are done. We take our payouts and we take our money. Now, mind you, you still have this 15k account. This 15k account has not disappeared because it's still there. It's still there. But now, you also have a what? A 25k account. And just like the first one, they are also going to give you the money you paid for a 25k account. The 25k account, last I checked, is about, I think, 240 something dollars. I just say 240. 240. You can go and check this later. Now you have 240 plus what? Your profit payouts, which is of 1%. That gives you what? That gives you roughly about 500 USD approximately. That gives you about 500 USD approximately. But have something in mind. The same time you used to make the 1% on this 25k, at the same time you also used to make another 1%, another 1% on your 15k account which you still have. So you at this point now your capital is increasing and your capital will be enough for you to get the next step, which is what? The 50k account. Are we together?
Yeah, man.
Now are you guys seeing how doable this thing is? Are you seeing how realistic this thing is? You're not trying to get 10%, 20%. All you're doing is you're increasing your capital. And you're increasing the capital with profits that they are paying you. So they are paying you and you're using the money to build your capital. When you find out that, okay, let's do this step. Let me complete this step. So you also make your what? 1%, 500 USD, plus the money you paid for the challenge, which is about, I think the last I checked was about 400 or something. Or five. No, that was 350. That was 50k. 350. 50k is not so expensive like that. It's 100k. Very expensive. And now you also get the 315 you paid for the challenge. Now what you see is that if you keep snowballing these accounts, at this point now, how much funding do we have? We have 50k, we have 25k, we have 15k. We have a total of 90,000 USD. And all we have done all the while is just make what? 1%. Are we together?
Yes.
Now, so you guys see that all we need to do, we never need to be, over ambitious and put so much strain on our trading. All we need to do is aim for 1%. Now you might think, but what if I see more opportunities and how trading be now, if you just enter market, see one perfect power of trade, perfect trade like this, where say this trade must surely play out. Like, the probability be high, you stay set up. Now what you can do is, as you're building your accounts higher and higher, you see this 15k before, like bid me, like you were, I'm only trying to reach one. Now, because you have more accounts, you can now go on that account and you can try to make 4%, 2%, 10%. In fact, if you want to go and make this, if you want to go and make this 20, be my guest. But the mindset is what? The mindset is that I can afford to buy another 15k challenge. because I have money. I have I have what's it called? I have income in circulation. I've been able to initiate cash flow. Cash flow. I can afford to go and risk, 4% on one trade, 2% on one trade, or this 15K account. I can afford to do that now because I've grown past that level. I have other accounts and I have cash flow. Are we together? Do you guys understand what I just said?
Yeah, we understand.
Yes.
Yes, yes. I have a question, please.
And
Can I ask?
hold question. This session will soon end. In the next session that we'll get into, we'll take questions and then we'll call it a night. So let me complete this very quickly. Now, this is how you build an empire. Now, this particular infographic was made with the mind that a 50K challenge, a 50K challenge is the cheapest one you can buy. Now you can start with any amount that is comfortable for you. If 50K is too big for you, you can start with 5K. You can start with 15K. You can start with 25K. But the concept here is to always aim for what? 1%. That's the golden rule. That's the profit rule. That's the only way you can escape being part of this statistics of the 70% that fail, that blew their 100 accounts within the first 2 weeks. So you can feel free to screenshot it if that's allowed, if you want to write it down, want to draw it. But that's the mindset. The mindset is using your top accounts and your payouts, your 1% payouts, to snowball into getting higher accounts and higher accounts and higher accounts until at a point you find yourself sitting on $1 million top funding. Now don't hear that and think, oh boy, that's so big, that's so unreachable. Okay, so I believe I've been able to touch on all the key points I set out to talk about as regarding the challenge and also regarding the funded accounts. So I've come to the end of my present, and I'm hoping everybody was able to get some form of value from this. Like I said before, this is value I hold pretty close to my chest, because of my boss, Lionfx. I'm here to talk about these things. So I hope you guys take them with all seriousness and apply them to see results in your own trading life. Alright, so we have entered the Q&A session. This will be the last session before we all say good night. So if you have any question, now will be the time.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you. Please introduce yourself and ask your question.
Okay, my name is Kene. My username there is Imagic. I
Alright,
want to greatly appreciate your effort in letting out the tips for being successful with the prop firm. Please, my question is, if God willing, someone was able to come up with, followed the strategy you gave to us,
alright,
and have something like, let's say, 5K prop firm, 15K prop firm, 25K prop firm. Now you have 3 different accounts.
yeah,
Someone said, I don't know how they do it, but they said they used to link all of them together so that if you want to get 1% of the
mm,
3 accounts, you can be controlling it. I don't have any idea. Please, can you tell me more about that?
perfect,
That's number
fantastic.
one. Then and number two question is, please, you've not told us how to get the trader's edge, because some of us that may not be able to purchase it. Thank you.
Is there any other question? Any other question?
No, I wanted to ask the same thing you just did about the trader's edge. So
All right, all right. Let's move forward. All right, so in absence of any further questions, let me answer the questions that have been asked. So I didn't talk about that because it's nice that your mind went to how do you trade all these accounts? Because the truth is now you've started accumulating accounts, and how do you trade all of them at the same time? Now there are two tools you can use. The first one is social trader. Social trader. Everything I'm saying, the ones you're not familiar with, note them down in the notepad and go on Google and check them out. I'll only give you the name. I won't tell you how they work because that will be a whole new Zoom class that might last us for another 2 hours. And the second one is Traders Connect. Social Trader, Traders Connect. Now these two software, they are called copy trading tools. Now what the copy trader does is that it connects your accounts together. It connects your accounts together. So when you execute on one account, that trade is copied on your other accounts that you've linked together. I hope you understand that. There's social trader and there's traders
Yes, sir.
connect. Social trader and traders connect.
Thank you.
Now, social trader is I'll say it's more for the swing traders, people that are not really so keen on getting a sharp entry. Meaning, if you place a trade on your first account, you don't mind if the second trade, if the copy trades that will be opened on your other accounts have maybe a 2 second delay, 5 second delay. Meaning, you don't really mind if it takes a little time before these trades get copied on the other accounts. Meaning, like it might take 5 seconds, 10 seconds, but that's okay with me. And that will probably be in the swing trading, stable. Those are the guys that will probably say they're okay with that. But if you're a scalper like me, where maybe you take your trade, you want the positions opened as quick as possible because your scalping is in and out. You want to go with Traders Connect. Yes, you want to go with Traders Connect. And have in mind, these tools are not free, but they are relatively very cheap. They're relatively very cheap. I'm I'm not the one that's currently paying for my copy trader account, so I cannot exactly tell you how much it is. So that will be left on your side to do that research, on how it works and the pricing. But I've introduced you to these tools, copy trader tools. All right. So
All
for the
right.
last
Thank you very
question,
much.
yeah, you're most welcome. For the last question, how do we get trader edge? Now, this is a bit of a tricky one, but if you've been, let me see, if you've ever used maybe Spotify before, when you start Spotify, they give you what is called a free trial, or even on trading user, they give you what is called a free trial. Now, here's what you are going to do with that free trial. They give you a free trial, meaning for maybe like a week. I think Trader Edge, they give you a week free trial. But the thing is this, here's the catch. In order for you to get your free trial, you're going to have to subscribe to a plan. Now listen carefully. I didn't say pay for the plan. I said subscribe. Meaning when you open, the Trader Edge, you see several, subscription plans that they will offer you. They will some offer you monthly, weekly, yearly. So what you want to do is choose one choose one. When you choose that one, they will ask you to now fill in your credit card details. But not to worry, you can use any credit card you have, even the one that does not have any money in the account. You can use it. If you have the one that has money in the account, you can also use it. But what you have to do is to note that your free trial is for 1 week. And when that 1 week expires, they will want to charge you, like deduct the money, your subscription fee from your account. So what you should do before that time is, let's say your free trial expires tomorrow. The day before, what you're gonna wanna do is go and cancel the subscription plan. Do you understand?
Yeah,
Yes.
understand.
Yeah. Now this is a bit of a criminal act, yeah, but guy, this is what Nigeria has reduced us to. All right, so in that free trial, once you get that free trial, on that free trial, you'll be able to do all these things. You'll be able to get all this information about your strategy. So what I would advise you to do is once you're fed in your once you're done with your back testing first, listen carefully. Once you're done with your back testing and you have your data, then you can go and do this thing I'm saying and get into Trader Edge and put in your data, get your matrix. Now once you get them, I would advise you to screenshot them. Because immediately you screenshot all these things, they're on your phone. Even if you cancel your subscription, you still have the data. That data is not going to fly anywhere. You understand?
Yes, sir. Sir, please,
Alright.
no vex. So, can I still ask one question, please? Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Ask your question.
Okay. So, I was thinking that the Trader Edge has data already for replay, but
Mm,
I don't know if you know about Go chatting. Uh,
mm, go
uh,
chatting. No, I don't.
Go. Okay. Okay. The only problem is that they can allow you to replay some chat, but it's just like
Mm,
something like is it a month or two? So
mm,
if you want to do a chat back test like 6 months, if you're
mm,
using trading view, let's say 15 minutes time frame or even 1 hour time frame, within three
mm.
to 4 months the chart will not show again. So
I see.
and something like if you want to use FX replay, the same thing, the chat will not even that one too is paid version. So I don't really
Mm.
know how to tackle that issue. Please, do you have any tips on how to go about that?
Alright, this is what I will say about this now. Do you know what I used to do my own 6 months or rather 2 years back testing that I did. I didn't use trading because of this issue you pointed out. I also did not use FX replay because honestly, at that point, I did not have the money to go and use. Friends and brethren, I used MT5. As funny as it may sound, MT5 has been my best friend. If I go to my MDX chats, if I start going back, if I go back long enough, this is a different broker, but if I use the main broker I use, if I go back long enough, you keep seeing markings. Let me text something. If you see this here somewhere, can you see that? Can you see all this? All these are back testing of trades. I use MT5.
Okay. And you said it's FBS.
You said?
You said the broker is FBS, or any broker can do it.
I prefer to use 8 cap because so far it's 8 cap that has given me the longest time frame of data. 8 cap gives me up to 2 years of data. And also another thing I would note, it depends on what time frame you're executing on. My strategy, I use 15 minutes time frame and I also use 1 hour time frame. So that was, they were able to give me 15 minutes for the previous 2 years, 8 cap. So if you have an 8 cap demo account, that's good for you. If you have an 8 cap challenge, even the one that you failed, but you still have the account, that's also good for you. But that's the much I can say on the issue of back testing software. I use MT5 and MT5 was good enough for me. In fact, so far I don't even use TradingView that much again these days. Honestly, I really don't use TradingView like that. I love TradingView, it's an excellent app, but I'm used to what I used to back test, which is MT5. Alright, so we've spent the past
Okay.
1 hour on this topic. I trust everybody has gotten value, and I'd like to please with all of you once again, make sure you apply these things. Don't just hear them and be excited. Make sure you actually put in the work. Because like I said before, at the end of the day, if you trade for 5 years and you don't see one your family will look at you like you did. Trust me, I've been there. You trade for 10 years, you cannot boost or anything else. Your family look at you like you're just playing with your life. One day they will call you and tell you that you should go and work for OP. Or you should go and open a POS stand. That's just life. That's just life. So please apply these things. Yeah? And let's show people that trade